Okay, so the beard trim, very important to be able to do this properly. We're going to get a lot of beards in. People expect us to be able to do this sort of thing. And a couple of rules on beard trims: you don't ever want to go round on a beard trim. You want to be very careful that you put straight lines in their beard. You put too many round edges in, it's actually considered feminine. Which, it sounds weird that you could even make a beard feminine, but you can. And we want to stay away from that. So I just comb through it real gently. We're just honing this in. We're going to take it a little bit further up on the neck with the clippers when we're done. We want to make it nice and even, so when it goes home to mama, she can be happy. My son. So I always start at the bottom, get it nice and straight across the bottom. I work myself up from the sides from there. And this is good because usually guys will tell you, you can start here, that way you're not halfway through and they say, oh, I want it a little shorter. Although Russell doesn't really want it too much shorter. He's been working on this thing for a year, so. We're going to take a lot of that stuff off the back off, but just in case, we don't want to have to come back. Barbering, really, you want to be, the reason we do methods is because it's economical. We don't have to come back and do the same thing 5 times. So now I got the front and the bottom. I'm going to come up the side a little bit here. Straight down. We're not going to bulk off with these shears. And the reason I use shears and I don't use clippers to do this is because shears have a nice straight line. And when you use clippers, you tend to sort of put little bumps and swirls in their beard. And the reason we comb through it so many times, we want to make sure we get as many of those stragglers as we can. He can shape it himself, but we want to take most of the work out of it for him. And the fact that he's looking at me doing this with a straight face, with this apparatus on my head, is pretty impressive. Oh, sure, now he's going to smile. Just trying to ignore it. Again, I can't emphasize enough, when you're coming around these ear, you really got to watch where your shears are. Sometimes we can get carried away, we're not paying attention, and you can nip them. I've never done that on a beard trim before. There's always a first. And Russell's a big guy, so I don't want him to be the first. And so I have him at almost eye level, and the reason is obvious. I want him to be able to look at his beard and see the same thing I'm seeing. See a little more bulk on the left. Take that down with the shears, and so I'm kind of hitting it with these shears. The wonder of the shears, they are straight angle. I can come in like this. I know as I pass over, I'm getting every hair that's in that line of sight. When you trim your own beard, you do the same thing. You basically turn it all angles. See, I'm going to turn over here and I can see which hairs are sticking out. I'm going to comb it, and I do it again. This way, when Russell rides by on his skateboard, everyone gasps in wonder. Again, we're coming straight down here. Some beards take longer than others. Obviously, Russell's we tend a little extra time on because it's such a magnificent beard. The shorter beards are much faster to trim. A lot of guys will just pull their clippers out and use their guard. They got to be really careful about that. Because like I said, I can come through here and see all my shears, so there's nice grays, just the surface of that beard. Make sure it gets nice and flat. Okay, we got the edges hit. We kind of got the bulk off the sides. Now I just come through and do a couple refining cuts. Just to be sure we're not missing anything. Kind of going with the side here. Sometimes I'll actually come step to the side like this and go underneath. So you see I can see all those hairs underneath. I can get it perfectly straight across the bottom. He'll never see that, but everyone else will. There we go. I always shape the beards with shears, always. And it's kind of relaxing. Okay, so now we can take our trimmers and we can basically come in and we can make sure this line is straight here. Again, I'm not doing any swooping rounded shaping. Everything I'm doing straight lines. And I don't want to take too much out. Mostly just off the cheek. Make sure it blends in nice with the haircut. And again, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to turn him this way. I'm going to look at that other side of his beard. Now I know it matches.